Okay, so this next exercise, what we're doing is we're learning some different ways to work with the files we've generated in Adobe Firefly. So I went into Firefly and I generated a bunch of images with the same settings and with the same thematic content. And I used, for this one, I wanted this to look more like a photograph. And so what I call this is a mashup where I take different Firefly images and I smash them together using Photoshop and using Photoshop's generative AI tool. So what I did was I generated a number of images of some astronauts in space, of some shuttles in space, and the cold vastness of space. I'm going to start with that cold vastness of space, and I'm going to build all the other images on top of this one. So you can do this lots of different ways. It's just one. Then I'm going to go back and open that folder, and I generated all these images with as much similarities to them as possible. Now I'm going to grab one of the American astronaut flying through space. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all, edit, copy. I'm going to click on the other canvas, edit, paste. And then I'm going to edit, free transform, and I'm going to figure out, hold on, I don't have to hold on to shift because shift key is automatically linked. I remember the old days, you had to hold on the shift key to make it linked. Now it's automatically linked. You have to click to unlink it. And I'm going to scale this down and figure out where I want this astronaut to be in space. So I'm going to put him up here in the upper left-hand corner and click the commit button. Now, what I want to do is I want to use generative fill to blend these two images together. And there's lots of different ways to do this, but what I found the easiest way to do this is to flatten it. Each time I drop in an image, I flatten it. So that way it's working over everything at the same time. So I'm going to go up to layer and I'm going to choose flatten image. Now I'm going to grab my lasso tool. I can use my rectangular marquee tool. I can use my lasso tool. I can use any of these tools here. I'm going to use my selection lasso tool, right? And I'm just going to draw a selection along like this. And then I'm going to click generative fill. And I could type something in, but I really don't need to. I'm just going to click generate, and it's going to blend these two images into one another. As you can see there. Now, I don't want the ground on this picture. I want them to be in space, so I'm going to use my rectangular marquee tool. I'm going to draw a rectangle on the bottom of the screen where those mountains are, and I'm going to remove them. Let me zoom out, Control minus to zoom out. And let's do that again. Oops, let's get back into, I'm going to just make a rectangular marquee in the bottom here. And I'm going to click generative fill, and I'm going to click remove and enter. And I should take the mountain range off. There we go. And now I'm going to flatten everything again. Just easier for me to keep track. Instead of tracking through the layers, I just flatten everything. And now I'm going to go up and I'm going to grab one of the space shuttle pictures. I'll grab this one in the middle, click open. And I want to blend this in. So once again, I'm going to go to select all, edit copy, click on my target canvas. Let's close this one. We don't need it anymore. And go to this one, edit paste. And then edit free transform. Let's scale it down. And choose where we want to put it. So I think what I want is I want it to be in the lower right-hand corner. Let's do it this way. Let's place it where we want. Let's undo that. Let's undo that. And let's flip it first. Image, image rotation, flip canvas horizontal. There we go. And then we'll select all, edit copy, You can do it all at the same time, but it's easier to do it in pieces. Let's go over to, oh, we're already in this canvas. So let's just, oh, I flipped both, didn't I? Let's undo that. Let's step back. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's flip it here. Canvas, image rotation, flip horizontal, select all, edit copy, edit paste, and edit free transform. Let's scale it down. Let's put it down in the lower right-hand corner, something like that. So we're using these images together to tell a larger story. Now I'm going to grab my lasso tool once again, and I'm going to lasso generously between the two images. And I'm going to flatten everything just to make it easier. And then I'm going to click generative fill. I'm not going to type anything in. I'm going to click generate and let it blend those backgrounds together using the generative fill. And that's pretty good. Of course, it gives us three options here. I like that one the best. So I'm going to close the Space Shuttle one, and I'm going to go up and open up the other image of the astronaut, this one here. Now in this case, I am going to just paste him in wholesale. So I just want to grab my object selection tool, and I just want to click on him. And it usually does a really good job of forming that selection. And I'm going to zoom in, Control plus zoom in and look and check the selection. It looks pretty good. I got a little bit of an error here. So I'm going to grab my lasso tool and I'm going to lasso into it like this. So that was this Alt to subtract from the selected area. And then I think I'm going to grab the lasso tool, hold down the Alt key, and lasso inside here as well. And a little bit right there. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to double click to zoom out. And I'm going to choose Edit Copy. Click on my target canvas. I'll flatten everything, layer, flatten, image, edit, paste. And then I'm going to position him where I want him to go. And there's my Photoshop mashup with Firefly. So that's just one way that you can blend images together using Photoshop and Firefly.